Hey guys, I think you're there. I just put up a link in the description box if you're interested. I'm going to talk about some stuff that I use for crafting. And I thought I would give you guys a link. You don't have to buy it here. There's other places to get it. Just in case you're looking to find those things, you can drop them in your basket or wish list or something, and then you'll have them. I'm going to go to YouTube, turn the volume off, turn off my other stuff so people don't disturb us. And I'm going to look for this video and make sure that it's broadcasting. Videos live. Okay. Not showing up. Not sure what's going on. Anyway, it should be recording. So, videos live. Okay. Not sure. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Says I'm broadcasting. Subscribers only mode. Yep, that's what I did. But it should be streaming. So I don't get it. Maybe it'll record, whatever. So some of the things I wanted to talk about. Just got in this distress mica stain. If you shop at Ranger, they were running a sale, and if the sale's still not on, because I don't know, that they were running a 30% off sale. But for 25% off, you can put in Surprise 25, SUPRISE 25, and get 25% off your purchase, because they did send that. But I wanted to try something. I was playing around with some of these embossed things. Here, I've got a craft knife. See if I can do this without stabbing myself. And I wanted to see what this mica spray was going to look like. You know, I've been working all day upstairs. I'm in my upstairs studio right now, and been reorganizing. So a lot of this stuff is brand new. And if you guys are interested in seeing any more about how I'm organizing this stuff, I did do some video of just, getting things situated. I got a new cabinet and a new bench that has storage in it. Just to extend what I've got for storage. And I've been redoing my carts. I have two little carts up here, one of which I just turned into my die cut station. And the other one holds a lot of my collage stuff and an assortment of things. So I'll show you some of the things I found. All right, what did I do with the cap? Losing things already. I've been watching some different craft room things, and you get ideas. But what I have here is, this is just a embossed piece of paper, And to push the design back a little bit, I went over it with some Distress ink. And now I want to add, now the Distress is going to react with this mica spray. And this is just a basket that's lined with some typing paper because I don't want the spray going everywhere. I'm going to shake it until you hear that ball because that's mixing that mica. Make sure, see that, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. See the mica in the bottom there? And make sure you get that mixed around. So all that stuff settles out. I was talking to a friend today. We were chatting on Zoom, and she showed me her Distress ink bottle. And she said, look at how that's separated out. And I said, yeah, it's because it's pigment. The pigment all settles out in the bottom. You want to hear that little rattle, and you want to make sure that you get that stuff mixed up. So she just didn't know that, and so she started shaking up her bottles. Anyway, so let's try a little bit of this on here. And I've got a water bottle here somewhere. See, I'm still getting acclimated to everything that's up here. Here we go. Hanging on my cart, right where it should be. And I just want it to drip a little bit. Get this distressed a little bit more. Maybe let that drip down a bit. Yeah, let that drip down a little bit and get a little bit more distressed. Oh yeah, now I'm liking that. A little bit more grungy. You guys see that? It's the lighting up here is not good because, you know, I'm in my upstairs studio and it's nighttime. But I'll try to give you the best shot I can. I've just got a little IKEA light on my desk. And I need to get some floodlights up here or something. So I'm going to let that dry down. That's just something I was trying out. And, you know, I've got these embossed pieces. These are just embossed pieces of paper that I'm altering to give different looks. So I was going to put some ink and stuff on these. Like this one. This is pretty well raised. Let me see what I can do with this. But this one, see, it's got that woven look to it. And so I was using some white ink. I was talking to my friend today about some white ink. I'm going to mail her some because she didn't have any. And I like that. I don't know if you guys watched Tim Holtz. He was doing the what's out for Halloween. And he has this really cool embossed skeleton folder. And he was putting white ink over the top of that. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And so here's my embossed background with the white ink on it. And I could spritz this one too, but I'm just going to let this white ink dry down. It's going to be reactive again, but I think that's pretty cool. So we'll dry that one. And then let's get something different for this. Let's get, what do we got here? got some pretty Gina K inks. Don't know that I've had a lot of these out. They're nice colors. Let's try a few of these Gina K. Might even put a little of that on. Let's just do that, shall we? I'm gonna grab a tool, and I store on the back of these. I store the pads just like you do with the Ranger ones, but yeah, they fit right in here just like the Ranger. And I put these in the Tim Holtz tins because they fit just like that. Any of these little cubes from Gina K, from who else has them? I know Hero Arts has them. Yeah, they all work like that. So let me just get a little bit of color, and let's just lightly hit the top of this. It's a pretty color. That one is what? What's the color on here? Oh, here it is. They're on the back. Apple mint. It is a little minty. And this one is, let's do this blue. This one is turquoise sea. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Now I got a little heavy-handed there to start with. Still pretty. Turquoise sea. And what other color do I want? I should have put a color into the background on this. That would have been kind of cool. I don't know. Do I want to use that green? I do want to use this. This one is warm cocoa. And bring some brown into that blue. Kind of antique it a little bit. Give it more of an old world look. Yeah, I like that better. You have to have a very gentle hand with this. I'm a little bit rough, but you can see it's really a pretty effect. I like it. Okay, so that was something. What I do a lot of times is I'll do a few of these kinds of things and play around, and it gets me motivated to do more. If all I do is organize all day long and I don't do any art, I don't stay motivated. So, yeah, that's what I do. So, the other thing, let me put my tool away. It's one of my goals upstairs is to keep things neat and tidy. The other day, you may have seen me doing these interference. I was watching Lindsay Wyrick, and she was making paints, and I thought, I've got these things that I can make into paints too. So they've dried down now. They were wet when I poured them in here, and now I want to see how they did. So these are just some of those other backgrounds with embossing folders. This one's got embossing powder on it. You can see the shimmer. This is just plain white cardstock. This one I put color into the background, and so now I can come back with another color over the top of this one. So you can see how many different effects you can get using this method. Okay. So get a piece of black cardstock because these are iridescent and they're only going to show up on the black. So this is an interference red. Got my little watercolor brush. Add a little water to that. You see what I've done is I've made a watercolor. This was a mica powder. I think it was Pearl X that I've had in my stash for years. And I added some gum arabic. But yeah, that's going to work just fine. I'll let that. You guys can't see that very well, can you? It's got to dry down some. Get the light on it. There we go. And then my duo. This is the duo yellow green. And I'll add that here. So yeah, I made some watercolor out of those mica powder. And with that gum arabic, it's going to be permanent on here. Or, it's going to stick to the paper. I don't know about permanent, but it's got the mica. Got the shimmer. So that's good to know. All right. So I'd gotten these little journal covers from Elizabeth Craft Design. This little one I started the other day. I was making a insert for, and I was just using an envelope. This is just a regular business envelope that I cut the end off to make a pocket, and then I was making the waterfall card here, and this has another pocket and another little tab in it. So I'm decorating this up in my style. But I had this other one, this one, that I didn't have anything in. And I thought, well, I've got this cool paper downstairs. This was some stuff that was gifted me from a friend. It's called Better Office Products, Vintage Faux Parchment. And I think you can buy faux parchment stationery on Amazon, but I think this came from Daiso. Yeah, we'd been to Texas and Daiso had this stuff. So she bought several. And so what I did is I cut it down. You know, I bought that large cutter so that I can cut things like this for my journals, so that I can do my signatures and cut them down to go into this kind of journal. And I'm still getting used to using it to get this, you know, I want this nice smooth meet up edge like a book. So I'm learning how to do this to make it so that it does that. And then while I was down there, I was picking out some other papers and things that I wanted to use in this journal. So I've got a bunch of collage stuff. I got some dictionary page. Let's see what else I've got. This is I think these stickers are actually at the Dollar Tree. I thought they were pretty cool. Little lacy heart design. So yeah, just pulling stuff out to use on here. This was just a piece of watercolor that I thought I might use for die cutting or something. I like blue and brown together. So anyway, back to this. What I did was I made my signature, folded it over, and then I cut down, you know, I stacked them up, and then I cut all of these at once so that they'll go into my book. So then these are going to slip right in as a signature. To my Elizabeth Craft Design cover. And yeah, blue and brown. I've got this extra paper, and I brought it along because I like to use some of that. You know, I'll layer papers and things up on top of this, but I like to use some of that same paper to do some of the components in here after you've added those other things. So this is really cool. This stuff looks almost like tea dyed or something. It's got some distressing on the edge, and you know, it's just really cool paper. Got a nice smooth finish, but it'll be great to collage in this little journal. I probably should have made this just a hair bigger, but I'm learning. But there's my little journal, and I will decorate that out with some of these papers. Like I've got, here's a couple pieces right here. So I might just this has some white along the edge here. I want to rip off this, tear this down a little bit, and I'm just going to layer I can trim off this edge later. Or now, doesn't matter. Guess I could do it now. It's not that much to it. So one of my favorite glues, and if you guys don't have this, I do like the Barely for Art glue, but when I was downstairs, I decided to bring up some of my art glitter glue too. And if you haven't done this, when you get a bottle of this, you want to get this little metal cap. And this gives you the fine line. So get your little cap out. Take the original cap off. You can save that if you want to. And save your little, but you may want to store this again. You may want to put that cap back on. So you may want to keep this little container, or that would make a cute little something. Cute little something. So it comes with the pen. And these are non-tarnish pens. They're not just any old pen. So it works in a wet medium. So I'm just going to tuck these two pieces back in here and put it in my drawer with my other glue. And I'm going to screw this onto the top of my bottle. Make sure it's on there good. And then I can put my pin in there. If I can find it. And then, you know, it's a new bottle of glue, so check it and make sure. Yeah, it's got a cover on it. And you want to make sure you take that off, because I've done that before where I was squeezing and squeezing and nothing was coming, and it's like, wonder what's wrong with this glue, and then all of a sudden, poof. Yeah, hot mess. So, put the lid on it first, Meg. Okay. So now I've got my glue ready to flow. Get it down to the tip here. And this glue dries really fast and it dries really well, which is one of the things I like about it. So I can do my collage work with this, and you can spread it around if you want to. You know, I'm not going to be that fussy. I'm just going to get this down here. And I'm going to push that out to the edges. Wipe off any excess. And it works almost, you know, it's a wet glue, but it's, you know, I use glue sticks a lot, and this works a lot like a glue stick because it doesn't make the messy mess. Okay, I want to add this piece, so let me cut this wherever my scissors went to. I'm going to add this piece right here. Hard to see this stuff up here in the dark, but I was taking some Rolaids because, you know, dinner wasn't settling, and so I knew it was not time for me to go to bed yet because that wasn't going to work. So I'm just going to glue this one down. And I dripped it on the page. So I'll clean that up. That's the other thing about this. It cleans up nicely too. So now I've got a start to this. I might add one of these hearts. What else have I got here? Oh, I've got some other collage-y stuff here. That's kind of cool. Pull this piece out. It's just left in cuts. This is just in cuts. Arc de Triomphe. It's got a hole there, so I need to put something over it. So if I add this going this way, oh, got glue down the side already. I must have been squeezing too hard. If that's the case, get your lid tightened down good. Okay. So let's do this. I should be inking these edges too, but I didn't. Oh well. Put that down. Let's get a little bit of this one. That'll tie these pieces together here. Like that. Cognac. Do you like cognac? I think I'll tear the edge of this just to rough it up. A friend of mine had a dog named Cognac. Cute little dog. Don't know where the name came from though. It's just one of those things. So you see you can get lost in collage here, just putting pieces into the background. I've got some more papers and all that kind of stuff. But what I was doing, oh, look at that one. Was I should put one of these lacy things on here. Lacy sticker, maybe. Leave my heart in Paris. And the leftover pieces I was using to do punching with, and that's why I left one of the things in the description as a connection to Amazon, because I really like these punches that make life simple for me. So this one is a McGill, and it's got 3 different little tags. And so I can take, this would be fun. I wish I was in Paris. I've got a wishbone here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a little wishbone. But this little multi-tag cutter has 3 different sizes on it, which is nice. Let me get up, get some pressure on that. And I had it doubled over. You don't have to double it over. I had it doubled over because I wanted to get more punches out of it. But that center one didn't punch that well. There we go. Now we've got all those little pieces. Well, punches and die cuts. You know, I like to use punches and die cuts. And so I was sorting out. You guys know who Corey Dahmer is? She had some trays that I really liked because she had things sorted out. And I thought, well, what a nifty idea. So I went out to Tuesday morning and I found these stack trays. And so I started sorting some of this stuff. So I've got, you know, tickets. This would be something that would be good on this page. You know, here's what we've got so far. You know, so I could add a darker color in here. And add a ticket. These can go into my stash. I've got all of these already cut. So you can see I've got little tags and pulls and all kinds of things that I've been cutting to use in my books. There's a little blue tag. I want to bring some blue in. Or there's a heart. There's a larger brown tag. You know, so I've got an assortment of things to pick from here. These are other little tags that have been cut out. And a lot of different ephemera to use. This is a clothing tag I picked up someplace. So this would be fun to add to the page, maybe as a flip out. These are other tags I had worked on previously. So, you know, if I wanted to pull, or here's some labels. I could use a label, and I could use some letter stamps or something, and I could put a label on there with a word or something. So those would be cool. I've got some sticker books here. You know, so there's just an assortment of things in my stash that can go on to these collage pages that are ready to roll. When I go to work on something, I can just reach in here and pull something out. Here I can do a band because this is a little like belt loop type thing. I've got textured pieces like this with cardboard, tea bags, stickers. Here's stickers with angels. This would be fun on that page. I've got label stickers. I've got cards like this that can be altered. So I've just got a real assortment of things that are going to work together on these pages. Don't know, is this, I don't know where this book came from. Oh, here we go. Simple Stories. Simple Stories. Vintage Great Escape 4x6 sticker book. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I've got those two trays, and then I've got drawers in my new cabinet with ephemera. I also have tissue paper over here, and then I have die cuts and things in another bin. Like this is all die cut stuff, and these are all papers that can be collaged. These are more tags that can be altered. These are windows to make, this is film, so I can make windows out of things. Old photographs. I mean, this is a photo of my mom and dad, a photo of my brothers. You know, these can go on these pages too, and just make it a family album. These are family photos. I think this one was a great aunt. Look at this. This is family photos. Isn't that great? So I've got all of these things saved. This is something off of packaging, I think. Yeah, I think I cut that off of some packaging. And I've got lots of ephemera that's, prepackaged ephemera, this kind of stuff that can be used. So, it's fun to have all this stuff gathered together where I can just sit and create and not have to think too hard about, well, what do I have and what am I going to use? Now, what I want to do is create some collage components so that I have bigger pieces to go on the page rather than just starting with a blank page. I'll have some bigger things that are already, prepared and ready to glue down. Don't know if I'm sold on that one yet. I have to think that one over. But I've got a base. I've got something started. I've got my little journal here with pages in it. I've got extra paper to use. and extra embellishment paper. So I can just keep all of that together. Now, the other thing that I do is I like to harvest. Let me put a pin in the top of my glue here before I forget to do that and have a totally closed glue bottle. The other thing that I like to do is to take these books like this and harvest out of these books. You know, I will have read them or looked at them or decided what I like and what I don't like. And I may like an image or a portion of an image that I'm going to cut out of here. This has a lot of fantasy imagery. And so I'm thinking this is going to be fun to use in a journal. Look at that. That would make a lovely start to a page, wouldn't it? And it's in several sizes here. So I can just take it out and put it into my journal. And I have a lot of older books that I'm not using for reading anymore. So I'm tearing them apart. And they're going to become components in my collage work. You know, it's just like all the rest of this stuff. It's going to sit here on my cart and pull it out. And then I've got, you know, other components here. I mean, these are painty paper pieces that I've done, and these can go into that journal and become cool parts. These are some of those book page things where I've cut them down into components. So I've got all of these ready to go on my journals. So I think that's about all I was going to share with you guys tonight. Not sure how long I've been here, but probably long enough to bore you to tears. Anyway, I think I'm feeling a little sleepy. I might actually be able to go rest my head and start again tomorrow. I wanted to do some embossing with some powders and things, and I haven't gotten around to that today. I brought some embossing powder up here, but that's for another day. So thanks for watching the video. Sorry if it didn't come out on the live. I'll have to see if it'll come out as one of my snippet videos. I don't think I had it set to private. I thought I had it set to public so you guys could chat with me, but I don't know. I'm half asleep anyway, so who knows? Who knows what I did? Probably did something really stupid. Anyway, I'll talk to you next time around. Maybe I'll have a little more daylight. Maybe it'll be tomorrow and I'll have some more daylight or something. So thanks, everybody. Good night.